Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have 5 Dollar Tree DIYs. For this first DIY, I'm going to use this easel and these rub-on transfers. If you can't find these transfers, then there are plenty more to choose from. So I was trying to decide how I was going to do it because I wanted the transfers just to be on the two outside panels. So I'm just taking it off and I realised I needed to snip off the bottom. And then I'm just putting it right to the edge. And I started using my Cricut tool, but it wasn't working very well because it was on wood. So I do switch to a popsicle stick, but just make sure you keep checking and all the transfer rubs down, because when bits are missing it looks bad. So here I am with the popsicle stick and it worked better, and I was just checking it as I go along and pulling it up, and I found that while I was pulling it up at the same time as rubbing it, it was coming off easier. This ribbon is from Dollar Tree, so I'm just going to hot glue it to the back and then hot glue it along this part on the front, and then I'm also going to do it on the top of this. So I was thinking that you could use this to put a photo on. You could always glue on one of the wee clothespins from Dollar Tree to hang it, or you could just rest it on the wee ledge bit. I'm going to show you it after I'm finished. I don't have a photo to put on it, so I'm just going to show you it like this, but I think it turned out really pretty. This house sign is from Dollar Tree, and so is the wallpaper. I love this wallpaper, it's so pretty. So I was working out how I was going to cut it out, because obviously the house shape at the top is not straight. So I marked it off with the scissors, and I was like, no, I better draw around it. So I drew around it with the pencil and then I cut it out. I wish these wall stickers had the grid on the back like the peel and stick wallpaper. It would be much easier for cutting. So I just stuck it down. I thought that I was sticking it down, I hadn't peeled off all the backing paper, and now I am just taking the rest off with an X-Acto knife. Next, I'm using this Waverly chalk paint in the colour Agave. This wee wooden home sign was from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to give it one coat of the Agave paint. I picked this colour because the wallpaper has some blue in it and I thought it would go nice. It's up to you which colour you would like to use for any of these DIYs. Obviously choose colours that go with your home decor. And I'm just going to glue it in place with some hot glue. And I think this one turned out really cute. I really love that colour, the Agave colour, and I do love this wallpaper. I have 3 5-inch square wooden canvases. I'm going to stain them with some early American wood stain. These canvases came in a set of 18 and I will link them down below. And this burlap was from Walmart, and I'm just going to cut out a square to to go inside each of these canvases. And once I have cut the square out, I'm just going to trim it down a wee bit and pull out a couple of the threads from each side of the square, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the other two squares. If you didn't want to use burlap for this, you could get a square of fabric, obviously one that's going to go with what I'm going to put on it, unless you want to use the other wood cutouts from Dollar Tree or something else in the middle of it. Also, you can stain or paint the canvases any colour you want. You don't have to do exactly what I've done. I also bought some white burlap, so I can't wait to use that. I'll be using that soon. But you guys can let me know what kind of things you want to see in the videos. Do you want another tower block video? Because I still have tons of tower block ideas. I don't think I will ever run out. And I'm just going to glue these burlap squares down with some hot glue. Just watch you don't burn your fingers. I think mines are immune to it now. I was so excited when I found these. They are laser cut out leaves, but they're coloured, they're not just plain wood. So I'm going to use one of each, and I'm just going to hot glue them in the middle of each of these frames. You get 3 in a pack, so you could use all 3 in each frame if you wanted to. I was just getting rid of some hot glue there with a brush. And now I'm just making a hanger for the back. I'm just going to show you me making one. I'm just using some twine and a popsicle stick. So the one on the right there, on the frame, it must have been some glue or something on it, and I didn't realise until I stained it. So I could just sand it off and stain over it. And this is how they turned out. I didn't want to hang them up and try and get them all in line and stuff. I'm going to use some early American wood stain, and I stained this wee moon, and I will link it down below. I got them from Amazon, and the vine was from Temu, and I don't know if you watched my Temu video. I made like 12 DIYs with the stuff that they gave me, so you should check that out. And what I'm doing here is I am just wrapping it around. And then I'm going to hot glue it in place when I like how it looks. So be careful you don't burn your fingers. So I ended up having to cut bits because it wasn't going to wrap around how I wanted it to. And then I just hot glued it down and just wrapped it round again. And this actually ended up taking me longer than I thought it was going to do. So I just keep wrapping it around, and then the little bits of leaf that I cut off, I just stuck them on in the wee spaces on the large round side, just to fill in the space a wee bit. Oh yeah, I used the vine because I wanted to cover up the hole at the top. And you could always paint this moon white or stain it a different colour. This burlap canvas was from Dollar Tree and it's 5x7, and I'm going to use it on the back side. I was deciding which ribbon I was going to use there. So I'm just trimming down the excess burlap around the frame. And then I'm going to hot glue the moon in the middle. And I decided to go with this ribbon. And just trimming off the frayed end, and then I'm going to hot glue it along both sides and then along the top and the bottom. And I just wanted to cover up the staples. You could always use the other side of the frame, but this way you actually have a frame around it. And now I am just making a hanger with some hot glue, some twine and a popsicle stick. And this is how it turned out. This 6-inch wood round is from Walmart, and the beads are from Amazon. I will link them down below. You don't have to use as many as this, but I wanted to. I wanted you to see them all when this is sitting, because this is going to be a riser. And someone asked me about risers, so I will try and make some more of them. So once I've evenly spaced them, I'm going to glue them down with some wood glue. I'm using the Dollar Tree Super Glue wood glue, but you can use any wood glue you like. You can even use hot glue for this if you want to. But hot glue doesn't stick when you stain it actually. So I'm going to stain it with some early American wood stain. Of course you can paint it if you want to hot glue it. And this moss sheet is from Amazon. So I'll link it down below. I'm just going to draw around the riser, and then I'm going to cut it out with some scissors. It is a wee bit too big, so I'm going to trim it down. I'm just going to hold it against it and then eyeball it. And I just keep trimming it until it looks how I want it to look. And I'm just going to glue it on with some hot glue. Be warned, this is pretty messy like all the other mossies. I'm just making sure all the edges are glued down. I got this wee ceramic fox from Dollar Tree a couple years ago, and then I recently got these wee mushrooms. They're the fairy garden ones. I'm just going to place them where I think they'll look best on this plaque. Oh yeah, it was a plaque on the strizer. And then I have these moss balls which I bought so many years ago and then never used. So I'm happy that I finally used them for something. So I just put a couple at the back and then arranging the mushrooms. I didn't think it would be so hard to decide where to put them. And then I'm just putting a wee bit hot glue on the bottom of everything. And it's just to hold it down a wee bit. I know it'll not stay forever, and I can reuse this stuff again another time. So I was thinking of putting some of this, I think it's rosemary, as a wee bush behind the fox, but then I changed my mind. I'm just making some of these moss stones smaller. I'm just cutting them down with my X-Acto knife with just styrofoam inside, because I didn't want to put them looking so big at the front. So I'm just making them smaller, and then I'm just going to hot glue them in place. And then I am just going to glue another one in the middle there at the back, just to fill up that wee space. And I think this one turned out really cute. But let me know what you think, which one of these DIYs is your favourite. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!